Hello, Daniel here, and welcome back to the TFL3. And today you join me at London Road. Now, there might be two things that you know about the station, if anything. One is that it's not in London, and two, this isn't the only London Road. In fact, I haven't even clarified which one I'm at yet. I am in a suburban station outside Guildford, but there's another one in Brighton. Now, if you've watched enough Nick Badley, you might know where this is going. Today, I'm doing a point-to-point between London Road and London Road. So, I forgot to mention this in the intro, but there's a couple of extra challenges I'm doing on the top. One is that I'm going from London Road Guildford to London Road Brighton without going via London. The second one is that I cannot take the same TOC twice. That is, without using SWR, Southern, or any other TOC more than once when going between the two. So, can I do it? Well, yeah, I know this because I'm recording it later, but you'll get to see how I did it. Before I go, I'll give a quick review of the station. We've got this nice station building here, and this is the platform for trains to Guildford, and that's the platform for trains to Waterloo. This one's step-free, that one isn't. We've got this nice looking footbridge over here. There's also an exit out there via a ramp over to that road bridge there. Kind of you go over the footbridge and then there's a ramp up there. It's pretty cool, but otherwise there's really not that much to say. This is just a bang average suburban station, and kind of you don't really expect anything more. This is also really close to Guildford anyway, so I imagine a lot of people will just use regular Guildford. A few passengers here though. Here's my train. It's going to take me to my first stop, which is Guildford. Just one stop on this train, so really not a lot to mention. I'll see you when we get to Guildford. Alrighty, so I've made it to Guildford. I don't have particularly long here. I've got to get across for a GWR service to Gatwick Airport. And another funny thing to mention is I'm going from London Road to London Road without going via London. So that's quite funny actually. I think this is, I don't think it's the fastest route, but it's certainly the cheapest. So it's a additional layer of challenge, if you like. Albeit I think this is not exactly slow. So still easy enough. Anyway, I'm getting onto my platform. Yeah, train's not quite here yet, so next shot will probably be it coming in. Actually, it would be helpful if I went on the right platform, I think. I just kept walking. I didn't need to. I was too busy doing a piece of camera. I'm actually on this platform. Okay, so it could be quite difficult to talk on this noisy Class 165, but I am heading to Gatwick Airport on this. I'm travelling on the North Downs line, which I've already made a video on. It is quite an interesting line, albeit the stopping pattern can be quite annoying. Luckily, this train is one that makes the minimum amount of stops, so just calling it Dorking Deep D, Reigate, Red Hill, and then Gatwick Airport, where I'm getting off. So, yeah, but if you want more information on this line, do watch some video, but this is just a very interesting line, I guess. And also some nice views out the window, like just looking out here. Yeah, pretty cool, I must say. So, I'm just outside Red Hill, waiting for the train to Reading to pass us on this quick single track section, but we're being sent to platform 0. That's pretty cool. I could actually get out here and still sort of follow the challenge. I could get a Thameslink to Gatwick and then Gatwick Express to Brighton, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to mean it takes me longer. In fact, I have somewhere to be after filming this, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go to Gatwick.
To the Great Western Railway service to Gatwick Airport.
So I've just gotten off that Great Western Railway train here at Gatwick Airport. And something that I'll have already mentioned in voiceover, but I'm mentioning now because I frankly forgot to do it at London Road, is that I am taking different TOCs for each train. So my first train was South Western Railway from London Road to Guildford. Then it was this GWR from Guildford to Gatwick. Then my next train will be Thameslink. I will be taking that to Brighton. So that's pretty cool. I could actually go to Hayward Heath, but I have just missed the Gatwick Express that would have done that. So Thameslink to Brighton it will be. I don't have particularly long here at Gatwick, so if you want to hear more, I recommend Hugh's video about the airport people mover, or my series on the entire Brighton main line from Brighton to East Croydon. That's a 4-parter, so yeah. I'm doing a lot of plugging other videos here because I'm covering a lot of track I've already done, because North Downs I've done a video on, this Hugh did a video on, Brighton main line I've done that. Really the only pieces that I haven't actually done any direct video on is London Road to Guildford and Brighton to London Road. but yeah, so do go watch those if you want, or not, I don't particularly care. Anyway, I think that's my train coming downstairs, so I've got to run for it. Yeah, I've made it. I don't need to run for that. So I've got the Thameslink to Brighton. I don't have a lot to say, partly because I've already mentioned the BML series, and also because I have just filmed the GTR fleet review that will be coming out the week that I'm filming this. I filmed that, a couple of weeks ago now, so I have said just about everything I feel like I could possibly say about the Class 700. So I would probably just say sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, I suppose. Probably see you in Brighton unless something interesting happens. I must say, this journey feels a lot nicer than the 165, probably because it's a bit less crowded and just feels a bit more airy. Can't really put my finger on it. Maybe it's just the fact that the diesel 165 is so loud. It's so loud, and this is just nice and quiet third rail electric, so that's probably it. Alrighty, sorry for not saying particularly much, but that was train 3 and top 3. So just one more train to get. It will probably be somewhere over there. It's not that one though, because that one's going to Eastbourne fast. But I need whatever the next train calling at London Road Brighton is, pretty much, and it will be a southern train, so that means that I'll have been on a different top. Obviously there's the small inconvenience of Southern and Thameslink are both part of GTR, but otherwise this whole thing I was doing would be literally impossible, so just go with me here. Yeah. Never mind, I was wrong, it is actually this train. This train does call at London Road, so this is my final train. It's a Southern service formed of an ex-Great Northern Class 387, which I also believe was ex-C2C, because it's got the blue doors. I think that's how it is, the ones with the blue doors were ex-C2C. GTR never reliveries its trains, am I right? Another one-stop affair, so I'll probably just cut to some nice B-roll and then show you London Road Brighton and give sort of concluding remarks, really. And we finally made it to London Road Brighton. Now, first thing I noticed is that Southern can't be bothered to clarify on their signs. South Western were nice enough to. Okay, here it says London Road Brighton, just not on the platforms. But yes, we are here in London Road Brighton. One thing that's quite interesting is the platforms are staggered. You can see that this one extends a lot further that way, and that one extends a lot further that way, which is quite interesting. Both platforms, I believe, do have step-free access, but we do have a stepped footbridge over the platforms. We also have this underpass, which I recall has some art along the walls. Yes, there it is. Here we've got this nice mosaic, which is pretty cool. And then you can just go up here and you're on the other platform. There we are. Yeah, so these step-free entrance to London Road Station Brighton bound is there. And out here we have this very nice station building, which definitely designed to blend in with a lot of the surrounding area. There we go. Now, there is one thing I have to mention about this London Road. Now, despite the fact that the signs do not bother to clarify which London Road you're at, if we were to propose ever fixing the London Road confusion once and for all, this is the one that I would rename. Now, why would I do that? Because, simply put, this station is not on London Road. There is a London Road in Brighton, but if you're going there, I would just go to Brighton Main. The London Road sort of passes along down that way, a couple of streets down, but by that point it's been renamed to Preston Road because it's heading towards Preston Park. So I would rename this something like Ditchling Rise, because there is a Ditchling Rise just along there. So that's how I would fix this. I would rename this one and probably let the other London roads stay. I think that's good enough a solution, I think. So that's it. I've taken you guys from London Road Guildford to London Road Brighton with 4 trains and 4 TOCs, and had a little talk about how we could possibly solve this confusion. But is there anything more we can learn? Does this speak to, something greater about the UK rail network? No.